All right, all right, all right. I had five and I down to two. Let's see. Who's in the house? I think I saw Jolie in there. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jeannie Shannon, Jolie, thanks for being here. Um, Let me turn this down. And okay, so here I am, still at the beautiful Stratosphere Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Aaron West, hey, how's it going? Mike H, you got me there, didn't you? Hello, and thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a while, Mike. So as you can see, I'm still in Las Vegas. I've been here over a week now, and I really wasn't planning on being here this long. It's getting pretty frustrating. Really, really frustrating because I'm sitting here going broke as we speak. Hey, Rose is in the house. All right, good to see you there. They call me Rose. Thanks for being here. All right, awesome. So, as you can see, I am still here in Las Vegas, and got the view of downtown Las Vegas there, looking to kind of the northwest, and I wish I could say I was having fun. I'm not really having fun. I mean, I'm not because I'm not really doing too much. I'm not gambling. I'm not seeing shows. Um, I'm trying to get my truck back on the road, and here's the latest thing. On Tuesday, okay, where do we leave off? On Tuesday, I was, the truck has been in the shop since last week. All they did was basically, they looked at it and to try to find out what was wrong with it. And then they found out what was wrong with it on Monday, or they told me on Monday. And so I went ahead and said, okay, well, all right, let's do the work. And then, let's see, on Tuesday, they still hadn't done the work yet. I forget what the hang up was, but waiting for parts or something. And then, so I said, okay, go ahead and keep at it. So then I called yesterday, which yesterday was Wednesday, because I said, so you guys will call me when it's ready or whatever. She said, or send me a text or something. She said, yeah. So I'm waiting around yesterday, and like nothing, I hadn't heard anything. So I think it was like, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon, or so. I thought, well, maybe I better call them. I don't know why they haven't notified me of anything yet. And then she's like, oh, we were waiting for authorization from you. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? We've been talking back and forth. I gave you verbal um, authorization over the phone, And she's like, "Oh, we sent you an email, and you were supposed to respond in writing or something like that." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So I find the email, and I just write, "Yes, do the work," or I authorize the work. And so I don't think they even started on it until probably today, because by the time you call in the afternoon, well, they do have a night shift, I guess. They on the weekdays they work till 10. So I'm trying to find out where we're at. I still haven't heard back. I've been trying to find out what the status on the truck is. And like I said, I've been here since a week ago Tuesday, because I got here Tuesday to vote on November 8th. I've been here since November 8th. And then it's just been one thing after the other. So hopefully the truck will be done today. Hey, West Webb. How's it going, West? West just woke up. Well, I hope you had a nice sleep. Everything else like that. Mike says, I've heard if the tires aren't turning any weight making money. That's the truth. If the wheels aren't rolling. So I've just been sitting here not making any money, just spending money. And I'm not spending a lot of money. I mean, I'm just basically, you know, eating uh, and I these hotels, but I get these hotels really cheap. But I need to get back on the road, and then next week is Thanksgiving, and I'm supposed to stop over at the kids' house for Thanksgiving. That's going to take time out of my schedule, you know. Jeannie Shannon says really enjoy the tours. Yeah, I'm glad you liked that. It was fun. I went down to Fremont Street, and I hadn't been down there in a while. It's been quite a few years since I've been to Fremont Street, and it's a little bit different. They've added some things. They've got more, I think, more stages for all the. They've got like three kind of main stages for live bands to play, and that was pretty cool. And it was like in the afternoon, like what, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I went through there, and it was like already rocking, and it felt very festive and a fun place to be, you know, to hang out, listen to music. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can listen to all these music, and you can go gamble a little bit, get a drink, all that kind of stuff. It's a fun little party atmosphere down there. And but I remember when that first opened, the main attraction was the overhead, uh, the big video thing. It goes the whole length of this, like, I don't know, block or 2 blocks long of, like a city block. And and that was the main attraction back when it first opened. And then now it's sort of like a side of sort of in the background, I guess. Maybe they have certain times where they do a show, because they used to do shows with these video shows up there. They have different themes and stuff that they would do for 4th of July. It'd be sort of a 4th of July theme and stuff like that, and different holidays. So they probably I wasn't there when they did that, but they used to kind of like there'd be a show time, and they would kind of like dim all the casino lights, and it was supposed to be where everyone would stop and watch the show, and it'd be play music to it, and it would be this like 15-minute show or whatever. So yeah, Rose said thanks for the walking tours. It was fun to watch and brought back memories. There's almost too much going on there now. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like it's like a fair, I guess, or whatever. But it's cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And I do have other videos, Vegas videos, where I've done a little bit of walking around in some of the casinos uptown. But I'm kind of, learning my way around, like how to do that, what I should do, what's interesting, what's not interesting, I guess. So it's a hit and miss kind of thing. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm just here in Vegas, still waiting on that darn truck to get ready and to get going so I can get back on the road. And it's kind of, oh, well, I got on these show days, I usually just go down to McDonald's because it's real quick instead of going to like Denny's, which is down the street, or IHOP, which is right down the street. But they have a McDonald's here. It's just right downstairs. It's real easy. And I just had my biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg and cheese biscuit. And I got a little apple pie turnover thing, but it looks really gross. I mean, look at this. It's like it looks all burnt and everything. I've never seen it that bad before. I don't know. They gave me kind of a gross one. Anyhow, so what's going on in the world, you guys? Anything interesting? Donald Trump is going to run for president again? Wow, I'm shocked. Um, Lisa B. Lisa B's in the house. Well, I guess isn't that the way it's made? But it looks all kind of crusty. Of course, I'll eat it anyhow, right? Well, it tastes all right. Anyhow, so well, this one is the it's like the strawberry and cream or something like that. I think the apple ones are closed. I guess this is like a different strawberry and cream flavor, so I guess it's different. Mike H says pumpkin and cream is the best. I've had the pumpkin cream; it is really good. But today I got this like strawberry and cream one, and it just I think they overcooked it or something. But sorry, I just feel like I'm kind of out of it today. I feel kind of I know it probably sounds weird. I mean, there's all kinds of shit going down in the world. People starving to death, people being shot, people being murdered, people, you know. But in my little universe, and I've been kind of stressed out about this truck. It really is stressing me out. I think, but it hasn't affected my sleep because I slept like a baby last night, to be honest. So it's not like it's affecting my sleep. But I don't know. I just feel kind of I feel I don't know stressed. I guess I just feel stressed because I need to get back on the road, and it's just frustrating that this is happening, taking so long. And for something, well, it is kind of complicated. They had to go in and run all these different codes, and everything's on computers now. They're running all these codes and trying to find the problem. Why? See, this check engine light is on, and the ABS light is on, and see, I have to get this truck inspected every 90 days. Every 90 days. I'm kind of talking a little fast, I guess. And it won't pass inspection with those lights on, and that's the whole thing of it. So they're trying to find out why the lights are on and get it and fixed. And they found all this stuff like with the radar system. There's like the radar is the what do they call it? They have name for it, but it's and it's one of the earlier ones because this is from 2016. This truck is, and it was actually made in 2015, so it's 7 years ago. Technology that's 7 years old now, which is in this type of technology that might be an ancient thing, but it was it's the thing that detects if a car or a vehicle or something is up ahead of you, and it will just sort of slow the truck down. It won't totally break the truck, but it slows the truck down, I guess. And to be quite honest with you, that thing broke when I first got the truck. It stopped working like within 3 months, and I was quite happy that it stopped working. But because I didn't like it, so I've been operating without that this whole time. But there was never a check engine light or anything like that. So everything seemed fine to me as far as I was concerned. Now the check light engine goes on, and they're saying that that's the problem. And that's like a $6,000 repair to repair this stupid radar thing. So see, Jeannie Shannon says I had a long wait once, and they gave me a free apple pie. It was good. Oh, at McDonald's, huh? Free food always tastes better, Wes Webb says. And Lisa B is, I think, agreeing. Like, so that emoji is like some sort of a happy face thing. And Wes Webb says, "Hey, Lisa B." But anyhow, at least the weather is nice here. I mean, it is kind of chilly. It's in the overnight. I think it's in the 40s. It's probably in the 50s right now. But it's been pretty much blue skies and light breeze, so it's not too bad out here. I know other parts of the country it's getting pretty cold. Let's see, you guys can see that we got a helicopter. If he's in the shot, I guess he's just a little bit out of the shot there. He's circling around. There's a helicopter circling around out there. But West Webb, John is bored. 30 degrees and flurries out there. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not missing like driving in the cold weather, and or at least I'm not missing driving in like snow and ice and stuff like that. I pretty much try to stay away from those areas during this time of year, especially. Well, sometimes you can't avoid it because you gotta get the load, right? You gotta make the money. So who knows? Right now, I was checking the load board earlier. There's a load to Denver, and I understand Denver got some snow, or somewhere in a bunch of places in Colorado, I guess, got snow. Anyhow, West Webb, I gotta call my snowplow guy to make sure he is still working. He's older than I am. I but keep an eye on that guy. Jolie says same here in Indiana. So yeah, you guys are freezing back there. So stay warm, man. Cold weather can be fun, but it can also be a pain in the ass, right? I mean, it can be fun, like if it snows and you like to play in the snow and stuff. But I think the older we get, the less we even care about that shit, right? About playing in the snow. So anyhow, I am here at the Stratosphere and just waiting for that damn truck. You know, haven't really heard anything going on. Although, like I said, we got Trump is going to be running for president again, but so we got that exciting news. Kind of fun to see the Republican Party kind of argue with each other, fight with each other. They did just win the House apparently, but it'll be a very, very narrow margin. So I don't think they're going to be able to do everything that they think they're going to be able to do. But we'll see. We'll see. This will be. Let's see what the Republican Party is all about. Okay, so Kevin McCarthy is going to be the Speaker of the House. So let's see what they do. Are they going to start? Are they going to pass meaningful legislation that benefits not just the top 0.1%, but that actually benefits the working class people, the middle class people, and the poor people, the people that are living in poverty? Are they going to do anything for them? Or are they just going to do endless hearings about Hunter Biden's laptop? Because that's really what these homeless people that are all around me. Because believe me, I should do a walking tour on that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Of all the homeless people that on the sidewalk sleeping in the cold. Uh, and that's in Las Vegas. They're everywhere. Everywhere I go. Every city across this country, even Salt Lake City. This is a bastion of republicanism up there, right? Um, are they going to do anything to help those people? I guess a Hunter Biden hearing would that will keep them warm at night. That will help put a roof over their head. That will help get some food in their stomachs, right? So we'll see. We'll see what this Republican Party does in the House. We'll see the kind of what kind of crap they try to put out. Let's let this be a test. So we're gonna have them for 2 years, and I predict that if it's just gonna be Hunter Biden hearings and Joe Biden impeachments, then they are going to fail miserably in 2024. They will fail miserably, and we will get the House back in overwhelming numbers in 2024. That's my prediction. Because um, they're not going to get it. They're not even going to put anything out that is meaningful and worthwhile and good for this country. So we'll see. We'll see. So West Webb says probably not. They will hold hearings on Hunter's laptop. Yep. West Webb says, me too, Lisa B. On top of everything, my counselors are going to Arizona for a month. No therapy. Well, that sucks. West Webb, good thing I'm not suicidal. And Lisa B, oh, that's nice. Fargan Bastiges. I get you. I get you. I get what you're saying there. So, and probably what they should do now is switch the January 6th hearings from the House over to the Senate and let the Senate pick up the ball. Since the Democrats still have the Senate, so we could, because you know that Kevin McCarthy is going to do everything he can to, shut that whole thing down. So just move over to the Senate. I think they can do that. Uh-oh. Jeannie says, John, well, the two of us would never last if locked up in a room together. Is that because you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat? Well, I don't know. I mean, if you are a Republican, I'm just interested in, I'm wondering, what do you think that Kevin McCarthy is going to do in the House of Representatives? What is he going to do that's meaningful and that's good for the country? And it's okay that you have your views. I have mine, and that's great that you have your views. That's what America's all about, right? We have our different viewpoints, and we can voice those, and that's fine. But I'm just wondering if, coming from your point of view, I would like to know, like, what do you think that is so great, or not so great, but what do you think the Republicans are going to do now that they have the House? Should they be spending time and money on the supposed laptop that doesn't even exist? Or should they be trying to get something meaningful that will actually help people? It will actually help the country. It will help that will benefit the masses of people instead of just that little tiny little 1/10 of 1%. Because if it's trickle down economics, that's not working. We've had that since 1980. And it's been proven over and over again that voodoo supply side trickle economics, it does not work. It's not working. So we need, what can we change to? What is Kevin McCarthy going to do? It'll be interesting. He's going to be, the new Congress will be sworn in, I guess, in January. Sometime in January, early January, I guess. So it will be interesting to see what his first action is going to be. And Jenny says that Kevin McCarthy needs to be watched. Well, I will be watching, and I'm sure all of us will be. What have you not watched, Lisa B? Did I miss something? Oh, I don't watch TikTok unless somebody shares it on Facebook or YouTube. I posted a one of my TikTok videos the other day, and what I'm doing is I'm like removing. I'm taking all my video because I've got a whole bunch of videos on TikTok, and I think I'm gonna take them off of there one by one, and I think I might just repost them on YouTube because I like some of them are actually kind of good, kind of funny. The one that I posted the other day, where it was like the very first one that I did. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, eventually I'm going to go ahead. Once I do that, I'm going to just shut down TikTok. I don't even hardly use it. I go on there just to, because there'll be like a little notification. I'll just see what it is. But I haven't posted anything in a long time on there. And I'm just going to shut it down because I guess it is just all malware and it's not really good. So, but I did make a lot of good videos on there. So, I think I'm going to go with, but I think I'm going to take those videos off. I might repost a bunch of them on here. So you got that to look forward to. That very first one I did, it was when me eating a corn dog, right? And then the next one I did, I think, was me eating tacos in my just me eating my tacos, and I got like, I don't know, like over 2,000 views, on it. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna be TikTok famous, And then it just stopped after, because it got 2,000 like that. I'm like, whoa, eating food in a truck must be a big thing on TikTok, I'm gonna be TikTok famous, and then it just pretty much stopped. I don't know. It was weird. And that's probably one of my most viewed to this day TikTok videos. I've had a few others, but so Wes is pretty much a rhino at the moment, but ready to help rebuild the party after Q Magnon's leave. Yeah, so what's the rebuilding process going to be like? What is so once you get those guys out, the QAnons and the maggots, then what is it going to be about? Just about keeping taxes low for the rich and eliminating as many regulations as possible. Because that's pretty much my feeling about the Republican Party over my lifetime. That they pretty much just are working for the uber rich. That's my feeling. The maggots. Lisa B says, sorry, that sounded funny. Jolie says, rebuilt shit is still shit. West Webb, no, lower taxes for everybody and not just throwing money at obvious problems. Yeah, that's what they say. I mean, I think the more you make, the more you should pay. So, and for years that's the way it was. That's what we have tax brackets, right? And when you get to a certain bracket, then that income is taxed at a higher rate, and so on and so forth. And I don't have a problem with that. Um, I think that let's see what was the other thing you said. Okay, so throwing money an obvious problem. Um, I don't know. I think that's always been sort of a code for just not wanting to spend on social programs. You know, hey, Kenneth, I made it before you shut down the live stream and made it private. Um, I haven't shut it down, and oh, but I guess you're talking about like in past times or something. I don't know, but I I I put everything public. By the way, so far all of them have been public, but I think what happens is that as soon as I shut it down, it goes automatically to private, I guess, and then I have to go into editing, and then I have to set it back up to public. And there is a little bit of a lag period on that, I guess. So, but eventually, within a few minutes, it should be back on the replay. It should be back to public. But anyhow, we're on now, Kenneth. Glad to see you join in. I'm sort of kind of a low energy day for me today. I don't know. I think this. I've been having this stress about the truck, and I think it's kind of making me. It's kind of zapping some of my energy, I think. Yeah, it just goes to private for a short part of time, and it's like I have to go in after the show. I have to go to to push the edit button, and then I have to push public, and then I also do like I'll put tags on it or something because I don't think there's tags on it, so I'll tag it and and then just repost it or whatever, and it should go up as public. There's this one guy I was watching that he's kind of this weirdo dude. He's a total. I don't know how to describe him because I don't think he's really like he's not QAnon or a maggot, but he's kind of a weird kind of right wing. I mean, it's one of those like I don't know how to explain it, conspiracy guys or whatever. But anyway, I watch it, and he's cussing and swearing and whatever, and he actually takes calls and stuff. People cuss and swear, and so he says whenever people start cussing and swearing, he doesn't mind that. He's not against that, but then he just puts it as private video afterwards, like because he says like if you keep it public, then YouTube will do something to you if there's cuss words on it or something. I don't know. It's weird, and I cuss all the time on here. And I haven't seen anything happen because of that, unless he's talking about shadow banning or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I was just noticing that last night. I was listening to this guy's show, actually the last 2 nights in a row, where he'll say like all these F bombs and all these things, and he'll go, okay, I guess I'm going to have to make this be private when I do for the replay. I'm just going to set it to private because I'm not going to let YouTube, shut me down or whatever. So I don't know. It's weird. But so you get a strike. I've never gotten any strikes for cussing. I mean, and I've never been notified of any strikes. The only strike I got, I guess it was a strike. It was actually a warning. They put it as a warning, and it had nothing to do with swearing or cussing. It had to do with what they said was misinformation for Ovid K. I'm just going to say Ovid K. Even though, and I don't think to this day I'm not even sure what it was. I think I might know, but I didn't even want to talk about it. I'm so afraid I don't. That is a subject that does kind of scare me because I did get a warning and they pulled that video off. I mean, I don't even see it. I can't. I don't even see. I don't think I even see that on like a private, just for me to see it. I think they totally just erased it. And they get and I appealed it. And I said, hey, look, I go if I think you're talking about the part that I think you're talking about, I did make this little joke thing about it, but I wasn't spreading misinformation. And at the time, it just happened that Tom Hartman was playing in the background, and there was a caller on his show, and they were talking about Ovid K and activationase, dabs or whatever. And I don't know if it was because of that background conversation that was going on. I don't remember them saying anything that was misleading or misinformation. And I didn't say anything that was misleading or was misinformation or disinformation. But they totally took that video down and gave me a warning. So I don't have any official strikes on me. I don't. I just have that one warning. Um, and it and it's, but I hear people talk about like Hal talks about COVID all the time. You know. So Jeannie says, music, cuss words, the elections, information from other streams. Okay, I play music too all the time, copyrighted music, and I just get copyright claim. I get copyright claims. That's not a strike; it's the claim. And I don't care about the claim. Cuss words, like I say, I cuss all the time. I hear other people cussing, and I've never gotten anything about that. No, no strikes, no warnings, no nothings. We talk about the elections all the time. We talk about I don't know what this information from other streams. Um, so I don't know. Anyhow, it is kind of hard to figure out sometimes, like what all the rules are and everything. But I do understand, and I get that you shouldn't be allowed to put out blatantly misleading or disinformation. So especially about something as serious as what we went through these last few years. Um, like okay, but like for instance, that latest little short that I put out with me eating the corn dog, it has oh excuse me, it has a copyrighted song playing on it, and I immediately got a claim on that, a copyright claim, and that doesn't really mean anything. All it means is that I guess if that video makes any money, then I guess they get the money instead of me or whatever. So I don't care. It's a 15-second video, It's not gonna make any money. Um, Westwood says Twitter made me prove that I was not a bot. Was that recently, Wes? Like, was it one of those "I'm not a robot" and you have to pick the picture thing? Because I haven't seen that. I haven't. To me, Twitter hasn't really changed at all since Musk took over. I mean, as far as what I'm seeing, to me, it all looks the same. And I haven't been asked to verify my humanness. Um, West Web says Facebook loves their Zuckerbots. Lisa B says, "How did you do that? Click on pictures of tractors." Uh, oh, that was sometime last year. West Web says had to provide ID. Wow, it was last year, so that was even before Musk took over. What were you up to, Wes? You were up to something. There was some suspicious activity going on. Might have been a credit card, Wes said. Yeah, well, it's good that they. I guess it's good that they do that. Make sure you're not a bot, so that's good. So anyhow, I'm going to start downloading my TikTok videos, so look forward to those. And maybe I should do a walk around video or a drive around video of all the homeless people. Get sort of the other side, so you're not just seeing the really fun, glamorous parts of Fremont Street. You know, it is a there's a lot of dirty, grimy, places down here, you know, it it could use it could use a once over, you know. It could use a little cleanup. I was thinking like, maybe they could hire some homeless people to clean up the streets and then give them little tiny houses. Where's Nick Rich 56? He's all into tiny houses. They could give them like little tiny houses and let them be in charge of like a block of cleaning the street or something. You know, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. You know, just spitballing. Lisa B says I only go on Facebook about twice a year to make sure the people I know are still alive. That's about it. Wes Webb, I said that a 16-year-old girl should not be. Maybe I shouldn't read this out loud. I don't know. Um, wow, why'd you catch hell for that? It was probably true. That's probably right. Yeah, it's too young, right? Jenny Shannon says, Wes, I agree. And I agree too. So hey, look, Republicans and Democrats coming together on an issue. That's great. Lisa B, be careful if you go around the homeless camp. They can be violent at times. The homeless camp. Um, yeah, I haven't seen too many like camps. They're kind of spread out. Seems like, but probably is more around here. But I remember a couple of years ago when I first moved here, actually about 3 years ago, and it was during the summertime. And I was driving down this one street. It's kind of a major street, and there was a whole sidewalk of these homeless people that were living on the sidewalk. And it was, I remember it was like 100 degrees, over 100 degrees, and I was just thinking, wow, they need to, I don't know, have some cooling centers or some place where people can go and get out of the heat, you know. And then there was a guy laying on the sidewalk, and I think he might have been dead or something. I don't know. He looked dead to me. And then people were just sort of standing around him, and I think an ambulance came or whatever. So somebody had some kind of something happened to somebody, and it's kind of gnarly. It can get pretty gnarly here, and it's everywhere. Like I said, I'm sure in your hometowns where you guys are from, you have homeless problems and homeless issues. It is a big issue, and it's something that should be addressed. Um, you know, and there are certain areas of the country and in other and even in other countries where they are. I think they've had success in dealing with homelessness. We should look into those programs and see how they're doing and try to emulate those across the country. You know? That is a really huge problem, and I think that it is on a lot of people's mind because it's kind of funny. Remember when the lottery was at $2 billion, and just before the lottery, you know, the news guys, people will go out and say, "What would you do if you won? You know, if you won the Powerball or whatever?" And I thought it was really interesting. This one guy, he said, "I would." Let's see, what did he say? Something like he would give half of it away to like charities or something, and then he would spend most of the rest of it on like homelessness, on trying to help homeless people. And I just thought that was really a great answer and a great thing because to me it just showed how that's kind of top of mind on a lot of people's minds is this homeless issue. This isn't just a small thing, you know, and we can't just sort of brush it under the rug, sweep it under the rug anymore. And for that guy to say that, you know, of course, everyone usually says, oh, I'm going to buy a new house, I'm going to go on vacations, I'm going to get a new car. But we're talking about $2 billion here. You know, you're going to have a lot of money left over after you buy a house and a car and go on some vacations. And this guy, first thing he said was like, you know, was helping the homeless. And I thought that was great. And it showed to me, because that was something I was thinking about too, about homeless people. It's been on my mind. And so I think this is, and I've heard it come up in other forums and other things too. So I think it is a big problem, and that's something that should be addressed. And that should be something that I think, you know, our leaders, our representatives, um, at all levels, city, state, county, federal, should all be working on. It's almost right up there with, well, with everything, with, like reproductive rights and civil rights and with, and workers' rights and wages and health care. You know, it's all up there. That's right up there with it, I think. So that could probably be a great way of making some gains too. And I think in as far as you know, as far as like our Congress and our government doing something meaningful, we we got we got our Catherine Mastos Cortez. We got her elected, and I realize Las Vegas is not. I mean, she's a senator, so she's. But there's homelessness up in Reno too. There's homelessness a lot of up there too. Um, it'd be interesting to see if she does something. We got you elected, Catherine. Now do something. You know, earn that these next 6 years. We gave you another 6 years. You know, now go out there and show us that we did right by voting for you. You know, make me feel good about my vote. Go out, start doing some shit, man. Start doing some shit that's beneficial and good for. Those are your constituents, Catherine. So let's start seeing some progress. Let's start seeing something that we can actually point to and say, hey, look, this is making a difference and this is helping people. Westwood says there are shelters in Rockford, but some homeless would rather drink and take drugs. Well, that's another thing. We need probably improved, alcohol and drug, uh, therapy or programs. We need, you know, mental health care. We need to bring all that back that Reagan took away. Lisa B says the problem with the people that don't want help, the mentally ill, it's a giant can of worms. So many different scenarios on why they are out there and do they want help. Where do you start? Well, you put funding into mental health programs, mental health institutions, and there will be a lot of people that will want the help too. And so I'm not suggesting that you go get you know the, the padded vehicle and throw people in it and drag them off to the mental health institution, into the was it the nut farm or whatever they call it. I'm sure there will be lots of people that would take the help, and that would reduce the problem probably at least, who knows, 50%, 75%, 80%. I mean, I gotta believe that the percentage of people that would just absolutely be refusing help, kicking and screaming and not wanting to go is probably what, 10% maybe. I don't know. Of course, I'm just pulling these numbers out my ass. I don't know, but maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's 90% of them. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think there'd be a lot of people that would they need help, and they just can't get it because there's no place to go. Let's give people places to go. Let's make and let's do it in the middle of the town, not out in the middle of the desert like Trump was talking about, and making sort of like concentration camps. Let's do it right in the middle of all these cities. There's places we could build. I'm looking out here. I see empty lots. There's lots of empty lots. There's probably empty buildings. You could put housing in there. You could put mental health facilities in there. You could put even job training or job centers. You could put all kinds of things in these buildings, and 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 I'm sure there would be some sort of screening process because there might be people trying to just take advantage of that, trying to get a free house or something that really don't need it. I don't know. There's a whole weird thing, kind of like this. I think House Sparks was talking about drug tourists or something. It's a whole thing. I don't even know anything about that, but I think there are things we can do, like in just right here in the city, where we can have places where people can go and they can get some shelter and they can get some food and they can get some uh, mental health, you know, therapy or whatever you call it, treatment. And if they need to be prescribed meds, they can get prescribed the meds. If they need just other things, whatever, I'm not an expert on this type of stuff, but it could be done. I don't think it's that difficult. And yeah, we're going to throw money at it, Wes, but that's the way it goes. Stuff costs money, and it's to a good cause. It's not. I don't think that's just throwing money after bad. I think that would be for a good cause, where you would actually be doing something beneficial to these people and beneficial to the society as a whole. And you'd be improving the quality of life. And so, if it costs millions and millions of dollars, we're the richest economy in the world, and we're the richest economy in the history of economies, in the history of governments. We are the richest ever. I think we can afford to spend, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, whatever it would be, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, I don't know, maybe billions. We could still afford it, and it would be for a good cause, and it would help everyone. It doesn't just help the homeless. I think it helps everyone. I think that is like, that's like grassroots, right? That's going upward. That's what we should be doing, in my opinion. In my little old humble opinion. Lisa B says I volunteered. I must have missed something there. So you guys have just been chatting. I've missed a lot of it. Sorry about that. About the mentally ill and everything. Um, Gina says I worked at shelters on holidays, and they were nice people down on their luck. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. I mean, you have mentally ill, you have drug addicts, and then you have people that just were, um, you know, that just got caught up in a bad economy and they just lost everything, and lost their houses and lost their jobs. Um, there's a whole wide range of situations, and it's not just mentally ill and drug addicts. But I think these are the type of social issues that I think our government should be working on, not working on just getting tax breaks for Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. You know, because those assholes, what do they do? What are they doing? They buy companies and they fire everybody. You know, there's only there's only so many yachts they're gonna buy and everything. Somebody said Danny Rock is in the house. I didn't see him. Did I block you, Doug? No, I didn't block you. You wouldn't be in here. Anyhow, I don't see you. It's funny. I see Lisa and Wes and Kenneth and Jeannie and Kenneth and Jolie. I don't see Danny Rock in there. That's weird. That's really weird. I do not see Danny Rock in the chat. But anyhow, if you're in there, welcome and thanks for being here. If you're in there, say something because I don't see you. It's weird. I see everyone's saying hi. Jolie doesn't see him either. Maybe only Republicans can see him. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, so Lisa B says it's a smaller community and they seem to have a bit of camaraderie. Westwood Danny Rock, it will put future generations in debt, but why should we care? We'll be dead. Um, well, let me tell you, Republicans run up the debts, and when the Democrats have the White House and control the purse strings, they bring down the debt. That's just the way it's been going. Uh, Trump ran up, what was it, like $7 trillion, and then Biden gets in and knocks it down $1.5 trillion. Reagan did the same thing. He ran the debt up to whatever record numbers were for that time. You know, Clinton comes in, cleans it up. Actually, now I know debt and the budget are kind of like two different things, but he had an actual surplus on the budget, which for the first time in how many years? So we can talk about spending, but what they do, they run up the debt by giving billionaires and billionaire companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, tax breaks, and then they don't want to pay for it. And they run up these massive debts, and then the Democrats have to come in and try to clean it up as much as they can until they get elected out, voted out, and then I mean, Obama got the economy going pretty good. Obama got he came into office when we had a great recession. We were this far from being a Great Depression. He comes in and gets our economy going again, starts creating jobs, gets the unemployment rate down, all that kind of stuff. Everything's looking good. Then Trump comes in, starts running debt, 7.8 or 6.8, whatever it was, $1 trillion, in 4 years, giving billionaires big giant tax breaks. Um, let's see. Oh, you know what? I had it on Top Chat. But I still don't see Danny Rock. So West Webb says Danny Rock is still listed in participants. Where do you see participants? This is my live stream, and I don't even know how to do it. So I don't see participants. I don't think. There's save, there's report, there's share, there's live chat. Videos about. Wes Webb, are you on some sort of super smart computer or something? I mean, if you scroll, is that what you're talking about? Like if you scroll, and I just see like Jolie and Wes Webb and Lisa B and Jeannie Shannon, Kenneth Otto. I do not see Danny Rock, not once, which is really really weird because Danny's gonna think that I blocked him or something, which I did not, or that I shadow banned him or something. I don't know. It says live chat, then a V to the right of that are three dots. Oh, let's see. Well, see, I don't have three dots. I do. I don't think. Let's see. Live chat. It just goes to live chat. Um, oh, well, it says 7 viewers, but it doesn't say who they are. So, but I'm on an iPhone, and so I think if you're on a computer, it's all different. It doesn't say participants. Mine does not have participants. Nope. There is no thing that says participants. But if you're on a computer or something, it's probably different. I think everything is formatted differently. It's just like yesterday, I had to send. Uh, Schneider wanted to know like what was going on with the repairs and stuff, and so I had the garage, the Freightliner sent me a copy of the invoice, and for some reason, it would only do like the first page, and they wanted all the pages because it was like 4 pages or something, and it wouldn't scroll, it wouldn't do any of the pages on my iPhone or on my iPad. So I had to go down the street a little bit to the Sahara. They have a FedEx business center in there, and I had to go down there and go on their computer, and then go into my Gmail on there, and then I could get the attachment, and it was able to scroll, and I was able to see all, I think 4 pages, and then I was able to send that back to Schneider. Um, so it's weird. It's like if you're on a computer, I think it's a whole different ball game. I think there's something that's limited with you on an iPhone and on an iPad. It's not. I guess they sort of they don't give you all the options that you would have on a computer on a regular. I guess on a PC or whatever or a lap or even a laptop. So anyhow, uh, I don't see you, Danny Rock, but like I said, I didn't do that. It's not of my doing, and I have not blocked you or anything like that. And if they're seeing you, then that seems like if you were blocked, that they, why do other people see you? I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird deal. It's a weird situation. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure it looks like we got 7 people. I have 7 participants now, 8, and 7 thumbs up. That's pretty good. So let's get that. Oh, there's Danny Rock. I had to jump back out. Okay, so now I see it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, Danny Rock. We got 7. We got 8 participants, and only 7 thumbs up. And I think you're the holdout. Um, Jeannie says, Wes is his imaginary friend. Lisby says, there he is. I see you. Okay, so now we all see you. Daddy's doing his 10-hour break in Moni, Illinois. I've been through there. Moni, is it Moni? Or is it money? Um, Lisa B says, Jeannie Shannon is psychic now, too. But I think I've been through Moni, Illinois. Isn't there like a Love's there or something? I don't know. I think I've been there. Yep, Cousin Danny. There's Cousin Danny. So now we can all see you. It's weird because people were saying, hi, Danny Rock, and none of us could see you. But now we can see you. So, yeah, you're at truck stop. It's snow. Is it snowing there? Someone's asking. Lisa B was asking if it's snowing. Kenneth, I do the thumbs up first before chatting. Thank you very much, Kenneth. I appreciate that. But yeah, Danny, what truck stop are you at? Isn't there like a Love's? I'm thinking Love's is there. And Danny says it's not snowing now, but it was snowing. So be careful in that snow. It could get kind of slippery out there. Hey, look at there. We got more thumbs up than there are people in there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, you're out there in the snow, and I'm stuck out here in this sunshine out here in Las Vegas. I'm really hesitant to touch. I think this is just. Hey, thank you, Jeannie, for hitting the like button. I got this iPad set up on this little kind of tripod thing that's not really made for an iPad. It's only made for phones. So I've got it's really precarious right now, and I really want to because I think it's just slightly looks to me like it's just slightly crooked, and I just want to straighten it out so bad, but I'm so afraid to touch it. Um, so if it is a little bit crooked, we're just gonna have to live with it. So Danny's at a Petro. Oh, there's a Petro. I'm at Pilot. I'm pretty sure I've been there, but it's been so many years. It's been Moni. I think is that just south of Chicago area? I can't remember, but I haven't gone out that far east in years. Certainly pre-pandemic. Since pandemic, I haven't been any further east than the I-25 corridor, which is basically Albuquerque to Denver and to Cheyenne, and then I've gone up into Casper a few times. And that's as far east as I've gone in what 3 years or so. And even before that, I didn't go out too many times. I'd usually go out maybe once or twice a year. I might venture out to the East Coast, just during the spring or summer, go out to the East Coast and stuff. But I haven't done that in probably 4 or 5 years at least. I guess I don't know. Time is weird. It goes by so fast. But just think of whenever the pandemic started, and it was before that, and I might have been way before that. I can't remember exactly when before that. So, but I would like to go back out there again. Actually, I think not. I think just before the pandemic, I think I was out in I think I was in Virginia and West Virginia, and those areas for a while. I kind of got. The thing is, if you're like me, I'm home based out here on the West Coast. So when you end up in the East Coast, it's really I found it to be really hard to get back. And sometimes you can get stuck out there, and I was kind of stuck out there for I think a few months or a couple months or something. And I would prefer just to go there, and then come back, come right back, and not be stuck out there for any more than a few weeks or whatever. But anyhow, so maybe who knows? Maybe next spring when it starts warming up again, I can book a trip out to the eastern half of the United States or something. I've gone into Florida. I've only gone into Florida a couple of times. Danny Rock says trucks were shutting down last night with freezing, slippery roads. I came through a good time after scraping and salting, no problems. Flew right in after a brief winter storm. Yeah, you got to time it just right, right? That's good to have that timing where um, you go through after the roads are all plowed and everything and salted. Lisa B, they have lower price subs than Jimmy John's and are really good. Super friendly service. What does? Who does? I must have missed something. West Webb, have you been to 620 Meats? Oh, you were talking about 620 Meats. I've never been there. But anyhow, yeah, be careful out there in that snow and that ice. Yeah, I guess that was the same storm because I guess the storm just went through Colorado, and then I guess it went on through to Illinois. So anyhow, let me just check something real quick. I gotta check this out. Okay, so I'm just seeing if I got any updates from Freightliner. I'm supposed to be uh, checking my emails, my Gmails. Um, and I don't see anything from them. Probably gonna have to give them a call because I don't trust their Gmail person. Um, so far. Yeah, I don't see anything from him. Damn it. I want my truck. Anyhow, yeah, no updates on the truck. But it is only 10:44, and I have a feeling that they didn't even. Well, like I said, they could have maybe started on it yesterday afternoon. Um, Danny Rock says took US 33 west out of Columbus through Fort Wayne into Chicago. I-70 had an accident and got lucky with my choice of route. US 30. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky that way. I hate getting behind a big closure, and you're stuck in the freeway and there's like no exits and there's no routes that are good for a truck, you know, that you could take anyhow. Even if there was an exit, you're like, if you're not sure about it, you're like, I don't think I want to even try it. And then so you're just stuck and you're just sitting there. That's the worst. That is one of the worst things. I mean, I guess the worst is if you were that guy who got in the wreck. That'd be worse. But I don't mean to demean, because that's another thing. I'll be driving on the freeway and say there's a wreck up there, and then you're stuck in traffic. And before I get mad, I always like to think, okay, I try to just send a little thought and prayer, like I hope that I hope no one's hurt. I hope everyone's okay, and then I get mad. I have to sort of clear that. And then Danny hit his first deer. Really, that was your first one? Wow. Now I need to knock on wood, and I'm afraid to knock on wood because I don't want to. Here, I think I can knock on this. Knock on wood. Wait, knock on wood. Um, I've hit lots of deers, but it's been a long time. I'm knocking on wood because it's been a long time since I hit one, and I don't want to hit any, so that's why I knocked on the wood. It's work, and that shit works. Knocking on wood works. I don't know. But man, yeah, I remember hitting deers. And actually, they usually hit me. I don't hit them. But it's kind of a scary thing, like when that happens. What happened to your truck? Because I know deers. Oh yeah, you're missing part of your bumper. Not so lucky that night. So yeah, that I've it hasn't happened to me, but I've heard of other drivers where they'll hit a damn deer, or one guy I think hit an elk or something, and it fucking like wiped out his whole truck. I mean, it like totaled his truck. Now I've been lucky where it's been sort of like side hits, and I remember I was on I-40 going westbound. It wasn't Albuquerque, but it was like was it Santa Rosa or whatever it's called, somewhere between there and Albuquerque probably. And I'm just driving on the freeway, and then all of a sudden, seemingly like from out of nowhere, this fucking deer, like I'm in the slow lane, and I see this deer come across. I could see it go through the median, and so I just keep going because you can't stop, you can't do anything, and I'm hoping maybe I can zoom up fast enough, so that we avoid each other. But that deer just kept on going full speed, and then I could see in my mirror, and I could hear on the side this like big. I swear to God, I saw this deer that's flying through the air, and it kind of like landed somewhere in the freeway. But I just kept on going. I was like, I'm not stopping. And then when I did stop later on, I looked, and I could see in the side cabin. This is not my. This is not when I had the. Okay, we were doing some buffering there. I guess are we back? Hopefully. But anyhow, long story short, there was this little sort of head-shaped dent in the side of the sleeper, and then there was all these like little deer hairs and stuff, tufts of hair that were like just sort of stuck in like the it wasn't the steps, but it was somewhere along the side. It was like things of hair and stuff from the deer, like fur and stuff. And I was like, oh man, that's so gross. And there was also blood too. So anyhow, for Danny, his deal. So Jolie says a few years ago, a deer ran into the side of my van, flipped over the top of it. It was awful. Yeah, it is really weird and scary. And Danny Rock says galloping down the slow lane. Yeah, slowed up and thought I could get around him, and jumped in front at the last second. 5 point buck. Yeah, boy, a big one. Yeah, so it's yeah, and you get in some of these areas where the deer are as thick as cockroaches, as far or I mean they're everywhere. And I have you ever put Danny those little things that you can put on your mirrors, the deer whistles, the deer things that's supposed to chase the deers away. I think those actually work because I've had some of those, or at least I think they hear it because I had those on a truck once. I remember I bought them so that they weren't there, and then when I put them on there, I remember driving by deers and where they would be kind of grazing or whatever, and then they would look up like it was different. It just seemed different than when I didn't have the little deer thing. So whether or not that makes them avoid you, I don't know, but I think they do hear it. It gets their attention, I guess. So, um, and I've been wanting to actually. I haven't really seen them lately, but you can usually get them in the truck stops. A lot of people like poo-poo them because they say it's stupid. Oh, so what? They cost $5 or whatever. Just stick them on there. I think it's like a dog whistle, but it'd be I guess like a deer whistle that humans can't hear. But I think the deers hear it, and I think it does get their attention. Whether or not that makes them run off, I didn't see that. All I saw them do was like, take a minute to stop their grazing, and they would actually look at the truck or at me or at the vehicle. So I do think they do hear it, and maybe it helps. I don't know. So Danny says no, maybe I should seeing mini tractors with missing partial bumpers. Yeah, yeah, I do see that a lot. In fact, I have a missing partial bumper that I haven't replaced yet, but it wasn't from a deer. It was from a dumb other driver. But anyhow, West Webb says my uncle bought them for all his brothers after he hit a deer. Oh, but anyhow, yeah, lots of roadkill out there. I've hit everything from a deer on down probably, or they've hit me. It seems like I always like to say they hit me. I'm not hitting them. I'm just driving, man. They're the ones. They're the ones on the sort of like a suicidal thing, man, where they jump out in front of you. Um, Life over the road. But yeah, I've had lots of birds and the saddest ones, because are like the hawks, because the hawks are so cool and pretty and they're kind of majestic, and they I've had hawks where they'll be up on a pole or something, and they have such great eyesight. They'll see like a mouse or they'll see a squirrel or something, like on the other side of the freeway, and I think they just lock in on that mouse or whatever that varmint, and that they don't the peripheral vision or whatever they don't see the vehicles that are coming across and the big trucks. They just zero in on that mouse, and I've had them where they'll take off and they just come right across the freeway, and they'll hit my truck. I've had them where they hit the side of my truck. Um, that's happened a lot, and that's really sad because who wants to kill a hawk, man? Hawks are kind of awesome, but I know since we started talking about killing animals that people have dropped out. We've gone from 9 down to 4. Maybe we shouldn't talk about killing animals. Um, Wes Webb says I get Cooper's hawks that chase the birds away from my feeders. Yeah, see. Wait, is that good or bad? Oh, that's bad. I was going to say, see, they do something good. But anyhow, yeah, so then, of course, in like Texas, yeah, that's bad. Um, in Texas, because I guess it's kind of common all over the world, or all over the country, where, okay, there's squirrels and raccoons, right? And those get hit all the time. But when you're like in Texas and Louisiana, I hit a lot of armadillos actually. I think there's like a maybe a breeding season or something, and they have to get to one side of the road or whatever. And there's really nothing you can do. And when you hit an armadillo, and because I'll look in the mirror to see if I hit him or not or what happened, and it's like hitting. It's like the late great uh, what's his face, the guy that smashed the watermelons with his mallet, the guy who just died the other day. Um, I can't remember his name. But it's almost like that. I mean, these armadillos, they just explode, man. It's just so gross. Gallagher, yes, Lisa B, thank you. And and then the saddest, most. I guess we're just gonna keep talking about roadkill. Um, the saddest one, and it breaks my heart. And you guys are probably gonna hate me. You're gonna fucking hate me because I remember I told my daughter about this, and she was so grossed out. But I was on this farm. I think it might have been Texas too. I forget now. But I was on this farm road going out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just a little two-lane highway or a little two-lane road, and there's like no shoulder, there's no way to turn around, there's no way to stop, there's nothing I can do, and there's like literally, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say thousands of turtles, and they were like these little turtles, and they're all crossing the road, right? And I say thousands because it goes on for like I want to say a couple miles, 2, 3 miles or something, where I have to. I'm going through, and the turtles are. It there's so many of them. I mean, there's no. You can't swerve. You can't do anything. There's nothing I could do except just plow right through. And I just plowed right through these turtles, and you could hear the crunching and everything. And it was so gross, and it was so sad. And I'm just driving, and I'm almost crying, and I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I gotta go. And it's so sad. It was so sad. Oh, it was horrible. That was the most horrible thing I think, as far as like roadkill, because usually if a squirrel runs out in front of you or a raccoon, I don't want to kill raccoons with their little cute hands. I don't want to, and squirrels, but there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not going to swerve the truck and kill myself because of a squirrel. And there's like 50 billion squirrels, so we're not going to miss them. Now don't just that last sentence, take that out. But and it's sad, right? It's sad. But the thing with the turtles, it was so horrible because it was just you could hear the crunching, and there was like so many of them, and they're just they're just doing their thing, walking across the street. They're kind of slow, and they're just doing the thing and. Oh, it was horrible, but there was nothing I could do. And like I say, I think it was like 3 miles of this road where these thousands and thousands of turtles were making their journey wherever they're going. I guess they got to go from this point to this point for some odd reason, and they got to cross that road. And I'm like, oh God, it was horrible. It was the most horrible thing. Oh, just thinking about it gives me the creeps, But anyhow, yeah. Jolie says, I was talking to Wes, my daughter and I noticed 6 hawks circling us really close this summer. Realized they were hunting our cat. Oh, gee. Yeah. Whew. My daughter ran inside. They dropped down lower, saw he was gone, and then left. Boy, they wanted that cat. That's scary. Danny Rock says, crows probably got some nice turtle soup that day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those crows and ravens, yeah, and the vultures. It was a little feast for them, yeah. So I guess, that's the circle of life. I don't know. West Webb, I have a lot of chipmunks in my backyard. The hawks can have them, have all of them. Yeah, yeah, hawks, leave my the other birds alone and go get those damn chipmunks. Although they're kind of cute too. It's the circle of life. It's just the circle of life. But still, it could be kind of gruesome. That turtle thing was gruesome. I mean, I was just like, oh, no, you know. Jolie hit a skunk once. Washed my van over and over. Still had to live with the smell. I think I've hit skunks too in the truck. and it wasn't too bad. But I did get there was a little bit of a lingering odor, but I don't. Yeah, it wasn't too bad when I did that. But I'm pretty sure I did. Jeannie says I and two others blocked a road for a family of ducks. Must have been 12 babies. Traffic was backed up for blocks. Well, you know, you did a good thing, Jeannie. You know, gosh, those little baby ducks are so cute. I mean, you're not gonna want to run them over. Hey, look, one time, here's a story. I was in New Mexico by just out of Gallup, uh, probably 30 or 40 miles kind of east of Gallup on I-40, and I remember oh, this is when I was doing flatbedding. This is I was doing a flatbed, and there was something I had to pull over. I got off at an exit, and there was like this old kind of gas station. I think it was closed down, but there was room for me to park, and there was like some houses kind of off in a field or whatever, and um, and I think I had to restrap the load because when you do flatbeds, it's weird, and no matter how much you crank down on those straps and the chains and everything, they always come a little bit loose. So you got to stop like every 100 miles, and you got to retighten them and everything. And so I was doing that, and then this is like the frontage road, right? And then there's like a little bit of a dirt median or whatever, and then there's Interstate 40, which is a very, very busy interstate. And all of a sudden, this like I guess it was like a litter of puppies come just rambling, rolling out. And in New Mexico, I've noticed that I don't think these are wild dogs, but I think they just let the dogs. They let the dogs out. What they do, they just let the dogs out. But anyhow, these puppies, they were real young. I mean, they were probably like, I don't know, 3 months old or 4 months old or whatever. And they were the cutest, most adorable, like German Shepherd puppies that you've ever seen. And they just came out of this field. And I think there was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them or something. Or 7, I don't know. And they were just, being puppies, and they were rolling around and having fun, and they looked like they were smiling. And they were eventually gonna work their way to the interstate. And I was just like, oh my God. And I'm looking around, like, is there anybody around? Does anybody live here? Everything, there was nothing. So I remember I went and I scooped them all up. I was able to carry them all. I grabbed them. I mean, talk about herding cats. This was like herding cats, except they were dogs. And I remember I was able to just hold them. And then there was a house across the field, and I just walked across this field, and because I thought maybe they were from there, I don't know. But like no one was around, and there was like a little fenced area, and I just put them in that little fenced area, and then I just went back to my truck and left. But I never saw any people, so I don't know. I don't know where they came from. I don't even know if those dogs were from there. But I just didn't want them to get on the freeway, and I couldn't take them with me. I would have. I love those. They were so cute. They were the most adorable little puppies. But they were going to go out on the freeway, and they would probably would have got killed. I don't know, and that would have been horrible. So I did that, and that's actually the second time that I have saved puppies. Because almost the same exact thing happened when I was driving in Adelanto, California. But I was in my car, personal vehicle. I think this might have been before I even started driving a truck. Because I had the kids with me, my little kids, and they were both really tiny, like in car seats still. And I think we had gone to Apple Valley to visit my folks or something. And I was on the way back home to Palmdale. And there was a bunch of these little puppies, again, like little German Shepherd puppies. They were on the side of the road. And it was the same damn situation. But I remember I had a Ford Bronco at the time. And I remember the kids were in their little car seats, and they were like maybe like 3 and 5. Or maybe 2 and 4. I don't know. But anyhow, they were old enough to recognize and to know what puppies were, and they were like, oh, look at. So I gathered them up and I put them in the back of the Bronco. There's like like the back area of the Bronco, and I just sort of put them in there, and and the kids turned around and they were like petting them, and they were like, oh, and then I was like, okay, and I told them, I go, okay, we got to find where they live because they got out, I guess, you know, and they're like, okay, and then that again, there was a house, there was like a dirt road, and there was a house about I don't know, a quarter of a mile off the road. So I drove that Bronco back to the road, and I could see, and that one there they had a little fenced area, and there was like a dog house, and I could see the mom dog, the mom German Shepherd was there, and I could see that there was they had this wire fence, and the wire fence had come loose or something. And I remember I just got out, and then the lady just came out. She saw me pull up, I guess, and I go, "Hey, are these your puppies?" And and then she looked at the yard where the pin was. They had a pin set up or whatever, and she's like, her jaw dropped. I go, they were out on the street, you know. And so I opened the back of the Bronco, and she comes around. She goes, "Oh, thank you, thank you." And so she took them out, and she like fixed her fence. I guess she had to rewire it or something. And so I was like, "Okay, see you later," or whatever. But so that's twice that type of thing has happened, and they were almost very similar scenarios. But anyhow, so back to the chat. We get Wes Webb says I get skunks under my back porch. They don't usually smell. I also get bird in my back porch. Yeah, I guess the skunks are okay as long as you don't piss them off, you know, so they, you know, don't spray you. Then I guess that's fine. Um, so anyhow, boy, how did we get on this conversation? Oh, it was all because Danny hit a deer. Jeannie said, I have 3 raccoons, 1 opossum. I like to just say possum. 1 rabbit, and 47 skunks. Wow, depending on who is hungry. They eat Vienna sausages, unsalted roasted peanuts in the shell, and Oreos or similar cookies. Wow, they're living the good life. Yeah, that's the good shit there, man. Vienna sausages and Oreos, I mean, I could live off that. Um, but anyhow, so are those like pets or something, or they just come around on the regular because they're like, hey, this lady's giving us some Oreos, man, and these sausages. Um, Westwood, I would never feed them. You don't feed the skunks? Yeah, they're on their own, as far as I'm concerned. All right. So anyhow, we did get a little bit of a late start today. It's 11 o'clock, 11:06 Pacific time. I should probably start calling over there at Freightliner and seeing what's going on with the truck. Hopefully it is done, and hopefully by next Tuesday I'll be on the road somewhere. But then it's going to be wow, it's going to be Thanksgiving, so I can't go too far away because I got to make sure I'm home for Thanksgiving with the kids at their place where they live. So my choices will be somewhat limited, I guess. Although I want to get on the road, and you know, I've been down for a week and a half now. Um, so I'd like to get some nice long runs, you know, but now Thanksgiving's here. Damn Thanksgiving. Damn you, Thanksgiving. If it ain't one thing, it's another. You know, it's a DOT inspection, and it's a breakdown, and it's a repair, and then it's Thanksgiving. It's like everything's out to get me. Everything's out to get me. Danny Ruck says, sorry I was late. Appointment time very soon. Just gearing up. Have a nice day, cuz. All right, Danny, you drive careful out there. Keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. And be the captain of your ship. If you need to stop, stop. And find a safe place to park. Okay, so yes, Jolie, it's all his fault. That was Jeannie. West Webb, the guy next door tore down an old shed and they found raccoon poop under it. Had to put on hazmat suits. Oh, it must have been a lot of raccoon poop. Jenny and Jolie, he got married. Okay, I missed something about someone getting married. But anyhow, Okay. All right, guys. So appreciate you sticking around here um, for another exciting, just so exciting episode here of the Trucker John live stream, where we've touched on issues ranging from truck repair to homelessness to mental health care, all the way to roadkill and things of this nature. Things of that nature. Yes. To dead animals. Yes, to the dead animals. To those poor little dead creatures that they get on the road and then you must kill them. You must. There's nothing you can do. You must kill the animals. Wow. All of a sudden turned into an SS soldier. Anyhow, guys, I will be seeing you probably in a chat room near you. Probably House Sparks. He's coming out at 4 o'clock Pacific time today. Probably see you over there. I'll say hi. If I see you, I'll say hi. Um, and then tomorrow's Friday. See you in the chats on Friday. Hopefully, I'm hoping I'll get a truck. Maybe I can get the truck out today, and maybe I'll be on the road tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows where I'll be? So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been about an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half, and I really do appreciate you guys coming here, spending some time with me. We can talk trucking. We can talk everything. That's the great thing about getting together with you guys. We can always find something to talk about. You just never know where we're going to go, where the topic is going to go. That's always kind of fun and exciting to me, and how we sort of meander and we go through and touch on these various subjects. And I think that's pretty interesting. To me, it's interesting. It's otherwise I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't find this to be worthwhile and interesting, and it's to meet new people across. You guys live all over the country, and you all have your own perspectives and point of views, and it's a great chat, and you guys get in there, and I love how you guys interact with each other, and so it's pretty cool. It's really cool. So let's make sure. I'd like to see this channel grow, so make sure you like and subscribe, and you can hit the share button. Also, and you can share that on your Facebook feed or your Twitters or your Instagrams. You can share it to Discord. You can share it to anyone on your Gmail account, to friends. It's a pretty easy thing to do, and that helps spread the show around. And it'd be nice to get, even more and more people involved in the chat, and to get, more people from all across the country and even across the world. I'm not sure. Do we have anybody from out of the country? I don't think today we do. We might have had some Canadians. Nick Rich 56, I think, is Canadian, but I didn't see him here today. He might be mad at me. I don't know. So we might have some Canucks. Is that what we call the Canadians? But it'd be cool to get like an international group, a flavor to it, get some people. That's a great thing about the web, right? The internet's the tubes, the tubes of information, sending tubes through the tubes. That it's global, right? And so anyhow, let's keep it going. I'll see you Tuesday at 9. Hopefully, be 9 a.m. Pacific time. Should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. And then Thursday, so I guess that following Thursday is Thanksgiving. So probably won't be doing a show on Thanksgiving because I'll be with my family, and we'll be doing. It'll probably be some hectic thing where everyone's trying to get dinner ready, and what was that noise? I just heard a weird noise. Oh, that's next. Maids, the vacuum cleaner. You know how sometimes when you vacuum like in the corner, it makes this weird vibration noise. I think that's what I just heard. Anyhow, So probably next week. I think next Thursday is Thanksgiving, right? Today's is yeah. So probably no show then. Um, Probably just Tuesday, and then after that we'll go back to Tuesday and Thursday. Alrighty, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and again thanks everybody. Thank you all for being here, and we'll go ahead and do my silly little outro music here for some odd reason, even though it's not very loud. Can you hear it? I don't think you can hear it.
From somewhere in the United States of America is Trucker John O.T.R. Who knows where I'll be live streaming from? It could be a rest area. It could be a drugstore. Or maybe even a Walmart parking lot. That's right. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's the Trucker John OTR live stream.
All right, enough of that silliness. I don't know. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm gonna check on out. Um, I need to change that because I don't say OTR anymore, and so I probably should make a new one, I guess. And anyhow, so thanks for being here from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'll see you next week, guys. Ciao.